How long are you going to mooch off my parents, huh? What's wrong with you? Have you no dignity or self-respect? How can you live like this? Are you planning to bleed them dry until there's nothing left? Do you think you can exploit my family just because you married my brother? Well, you can't, and I won't let you. Do you hear me?
Emily, it's always a pleasure to hear from you. You're such a delight. I see you're still harping on this nonsense about me taking advantage of your parents. But I've told you a million times that I'm not a parasite. So can we please let this go already?
Sure. A parasite wouldn't admit they're a parasite. They would pretend they're just living their normal lives while they leech off everyone around them. But who gave you permission to move into the condo with my parents? Huh? You do realize that they own that place, and you have no business being there, right?
I'm really sorry, Emily, but you're clearly confused about that condo. I mean, you do know that my name is on the lease, right? So basically, that apartment is mine, and we're all living in it. Does that make sense to you?
You think I give a damn if some stupid piece of paper has your stupid name on it? That doesn't matter at all if you're making my parents pay the rent for that place. Does that make sense to you?
But I'm not making your parents pay the rent, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
You have some nerve trying to flaunt your lifestyle to me when you're not even the one who's paying for it. You little rat! I know for a fact that your whole life is funded by my parents. And I'm not going to stand for it. I won't let you drain my parents of their life savings, because that's my inheritance.
Emily, what's the point of this conversation? What are you trying to say? Because you're really not making any sense at all. I mean, Patrick and I both have full-time jobs that we work our asses off at. There's no truth to these accusations of mooching at all. So I really just want to know what will make you happy. Or at the very least, stop sending me these messages and blaming me for things I'm not doing.
You want to know what I want? Fine. I'll tell you what I want. I want you and Patrick to get the hell out of the condo and let me and my husband move in. That would make me happy.
Really? Is that really what you want to happen to fix this, even after you've ignored your parents for years? I don't get it. Why do you suddenly want to move in with them now? Did something happen? Are you in some kind of trouble?
Shut up. I wouldn't take help from you if you were the last person on earth. I just want to be there for my parents, now that they're getting old. Is that so wrong? I just can't help but think that they must need some help, living in that huge condo all by themselves. That's why it would be better if my hubby and I moved in and took your spot. My husband agrees with me, so you might as well just pack your bags and leave.
Well, first of all, your parents don't live alone. Patrick and I also live in this condo, as you well know. But I still don't understand why you think you and your family can just move in with us. I know this place is spacious and all, but I think we're already at full capacity with the 4 of us. And I just can't imagine 6 people sharing the space comfortably.
Sharing? Are you kidding me? Do you really think I would ever want to live with you?
Sorry? Then what are you saying? What do you want from me?
I want you and my worthless, geeky brother to get out of that condo so that my husband and I can move in. I already made that very clear in my other messages. I'm telling you to get out right now. Do you get me?
But I thought I already told you that I own the condo. The lease is in my name and everything. So I don't get why you would want us to get out.
I already heard you. I don't give a damn whose name is on what paper. You're living with my parents, and as their real child, I have the right to live with them over you. You're just being a roadblock and a nuisance at this point. So just leave us alone already.
So you're just going to pretend that your brother is not here and living with your parents too? And if you really think that we're such terrible people to be around your parents, why don't you go and ask your mom herself what she wants? I mean, they were the ones that moved into the condo with us. You should know that.
Oh, I will go and ask her. You can bet on that, Sophia. But in the meantime, you and Patrick should start packing and get ready to go.
So you're really serious about this? Then you're really going to try and kick Patrick and me out of our own condo? I don't even know what to say to that. I mean, it's obvious that you haven't even talked to your parents about any of this. Maybe you should do that first before making such a rash decision like this.
What the hell is wrong with you? I told you that I wanted you gone by the end of the week, and you're still here? You must have really been asking for it. I guess that's why I slapped you right across your stupid face.
Are you kidding me? You should be apologizing to me right now. I mean, seriously, Emily. Have you gone crazy or something? Why would you do something like this? What is wrong with you?
Ugh, save it, you pathetic loser. I told you and Patrick to get out of the condo by now, and you didn't. You had enough warning. So don't act so surprised about this. And what about these boxes that you've left here at the condo? Are you going to come and get them? Or should I just toss them all out in the trash?
Emily, you're going to wish you never did this. I don't think you realize the mistake you're making. I mean, you obviously had no idea that it was Patrick and me, mostly me, that were letting your parents stay with us out of the goodness of our hearts. But you had the nerve to kick me out of my own home. You're not going to get away with this. And I will make sure that you pay for this.
Whatever. You think I give a damn what some little parasite thinks about what I've done? You two can just vanish for all I care. Now this condo is all mine, and we deserve it more than you do. After all, you were just sucking off my mom and my dad, using them like your wallet and piggy bank. But I talked to my dad, and he said it was okay if we move in.
I wonder if you've ever heard the saying, pride comes before the fall. In your case, I think it's more stupidity than pride. But it's hard to tell with you. I mean, you really don't know when to stop. And now you've gone and ruined everything for everyone.
There you go. Now the real you comes out. You know that people only resort to name-calling when they have nothing of value to say. And besides, don't act like you weren't trying to steal my family's home from them. I was only doing what I had to protect my parents from awful people like you and my brother. So just shut up and accept what you've lost. Go and never come back. And take my idiot brother with you.
If insulting people means that you have nothing to say, then that explains every message you've ever sent to me. I can't stand you when you act like this. You are just being completely irrational, and I can't take it.
Just drop it already, will you? You've lost. Don't you see that I've won? The condo is mine. My parents are safe, and everything is fine now. My husband and I are going to live with and take care of my parents. And you two are never, ever going to bother any of us again.
Fine then. I hope you all have a wonderful life.
And don't ever let me see your ugly face around this building again. You got that?
Okay, fine, I get it. There is some business that we need to sort out, of course. I still haven't forgiven you for this, or for hitting me in the face. But there is some paperwork we need to deal with, like changing the name on the lease. Okay then, it's done. I talked to the leasing company, explained the situation, and that's it. Enjoy your new condo, Emily.
It's about freaking time you got back to me. Could you have been any slower? You're so worthless. If it took you that long to change some names on a form, it's a good thing that I'm kicking you out now. Who knows what else you might have screwed up.
Well, are you happy? Do you think you've won now? Are you pleased that your brother and I are finally leaving? Because Patrick and I are thrilled to be free of that place.
Give me a break. You think I'm going to believe that you're happy and that I stole your home from you? Try harder. I mean, you two are homeless now. You have nowhere to go. And I've taken everything from you. What could you and my dumb brother possibly be so happy about?
Emily, you're wrong again. Patrick and I are not going to be homeless at all. We've been staying at a hotel, and we'll keep doing so this week while we sort out all of our stuff for the move. I told you again and again that Patrick and I both have full-time jobs, and we have a lot of savings now. Not to mention the fact that I'm going to charge you a prorated fee for the first time that you'll be in the apartment. as well as the deposit and everything like that.
You really expect me to pay you anything? Why would I ever do that?
Well, because in all of those documents I sent you to sign, your husband agreed to pay all of this, so you can't escape this one.
Wait, what? You can't be serious. We're not going to pay anything that you didn't already tell us that we'd have to pay before. That's just ridiculous. It's practically robbery.
I'm sorry, but it's not my fault if you or your husband just signed those papers without reading what they said. But anyway, you've already signed them, and they've already been finalized, so there's nothing you can do about it. And then once you've paid Patrick and me what you owe us, we'll never, ever talk to you again. And we expect the same from you.
Whatever. I don't care about anything you and my crappy brother have to say. We would never want to talk to you again anyway. And besides, we still have this condo all to ourselves. I doubt that whatever we owe you is even that much. So we'll just pay it to get rid of you.
Fine then. If you pay us what you owe us, then we'll leave you alone and you'll never have to deal with us again. That's what you want, right?
You know damn well that's exactly what I want. Not only did I rescue my parents from being in the clutches of horrible bloodsuckers like you, who were exploiting them for their money, but now I finally get to live with my parents and take care of them.
You know, you keep calling me a parasite and accusing Patrick and me of sponging off your parents as if we were living off their charity. But I think that you and your husband are going to be the real spongers, who will leech off them and drain their savings.
Say what you want, you bitter loser. It won't change the fact that I have a condo and you don't. And you're obviously just envious of that, because you know you can't afford to live anywhere else.
Fine. Well, believe what you want. I don't give a damn. I hope this all works out the way you want it to, even though I doubt it will. Good luck with everything, and never, ever contact us again, okay? Because we don't want to hear from you ever again.
I was just about to say the same thing to you about not contacting me. I don't care at all how you and Patrick's life turns out. Really. I hope you enjoy being homeless and miserable, because that's what you deserve.
Right. Well, I'm just curious how you two are going to manage to pay rent on that place next month. After all, it was not cheap to live there. But I'm sure you'll all figure it out. Somehow. Good luck with that.
What? What are you talking about? Is that some kind of prank? Are you trying to mess with me?
No, I'm dead serious. You'll have to pay to stay there. That's how these things work. You can't just live there for free. Anyway, we're still busy with moving stuff here, so I've got to go. Bye!
Sophia, what is the meaning of this, huh? I mean, how could this happen? How could you do this to me? You need to explain to me what is going on right this instant, because I don't understand any of this.
Oh, Emily, that's so funny hearing from you so soon. I thought you said that you were never ever going to reach out to us ever again because you hated us so much. I wonder what this could be about. What seems to be on your mind? And please make it quick. I really don't have the time to talk to someone like you who has been so rude and ungrateful to me.
We can't afford the rent on this place, and things are falling apart here fast. We're running out of money, and we don't know what to do. We even asked my parents to pay, but they said that they don't have any money in their bank accounts, and they couldn't help us.
Well, yeah, I knew that already. But anyway, what is it that you wanted to talk to me about? Unless... Emily, say it isn't so! Don't tell me that you didn't know your parents were penniless, and that you were living off of my generosity.
Wait a second. You know that my parents didn't have any money in their bank accounts? How did you know that? And why didn't you tell me?
Of course I did. Why do you think that I was the only one paying for everything? Up until about a month ago, when you kicked me out. They certainly couldn't afford to do it because they had no income.
But that's... Wait. What? Are you kidding me? So they really don't have any money at all? They're broke?
That's what I'm telling you. Your parents don't have any money, though I wasn't giving them. In fact, both of your parents were in so much debt that they had to sell their old house. That's when they had to reach out to Patrick and me and ask if they could live with us because they had nowhere else to go.
They sold their house because they were in debt, but I had no idea about any of that. Why didn't I know about it? Why didn't they tell me?
Probably because you never showed any interest in your parents until you thought you could use them to steal my condo from me. But it's all true. They couldn't afford to live in their own place, and so they begged us to let them move in, and we said yes because we felt sorry for them.
But then, how am I supposed to pay this month's rent? I certainly can't afford a place like this. Sophia, what if you moved back in with all of us, and then you could go back to paying how you used to? That way we could all stay here and be happy.
You can't be serious about that, right? You really think that I would ever move back in there and live with you guys again? After what you did to me? No. Patrick and I already told you that we never wanted to hear from any of you ever again. We've already bought our own new condo, and we don't want anything else to do with you as long as we live. Do you understand? We're done with you.
Hold on a second. You and my brother bought a new condo together? But I don't believe it. How could you do that to me? How could you leave me here with no money and no way out?
To you, this has nothing to do with you at all. We just needed a place to live since someone kicked us out of our old place, and since we had enough savings to buy a new one. We didn't owe you anything, and we certainly didn't want to live with you anymore.
But I had no idea that my parents didn't have any money. How could I have known that? You should have told me about this before you let me kick you out. You should have warned me that this was a bad idea. This is all your fault. We were so happy to get to live in this huge place because we thought it was going to be free. But it's not like that at all. How could you do this to us? You betrayed us.
Betrayed you? Please do not tell me that you were trying to make yourself out to be the victim here, after everything you've done to me and your brother. I am not going to stand for that for 1 second, because you have no right to act like that.
It isn't fair, though. I thought that my parents were going to pay for everything, and that I wouldn't have to worry about anything after we moved in here. I thought that this was going to be a great opportunity for us to live in a nice place and be close to them.
Please tell me you're not serious about that. I mean, how old are you now? You're not some kid who gets an allowance from their parents anymore. You're an adult, and you should know how to live within your means, and not expect others to pay for your expenses. Although I can't say that I entirely blame you for not knowing how to save money, given the fact that your parents clearly didn't know how to do that either. But if you thought you wouldn't have to pay for anything, then you've just been delusional this whole time, and you've made a big mistake.
But I just wanted my parents to pay for things. I wanted them to take care of us like they used to when we were younger. I wanted them to be generous and supportive like they always seemed to be.
Repeating it isn't going to make it happen. You do realize that, right? Saying that you want your parents to pay for everything isn't going to change the fact that they don't have any money. Patrick and I wanted to live in that condo where you are all at for so long. We waited and waited and waited on a list of vacancies, and then we were finally able to secure one. And then not only your parents, but then you and your husband came and took it all away from us, without even asking us. But I've already signed over the condo to your husband, so it's your problem now, not mine.
What do you mean you signed it over to him? That doesn't make any sense. When did this happen? How did this happen? Why did this happen?
Last month, Emily. It happened last month when I sent that paperwork for you to sign. Did you really not read any of it? Did you not bother to check what you were agreeing to?
Well, I kind of more just skimmed over the first page of all the different stacks, but I thought that was where all of the most important information was. I thought that it was just some formalities, some paperwork that had to be done.
All right, then that's fine if you did that. But it doesn't change the fact that you basically did this to yourself then. And I don't see any reason why I should give you anything or show any mercy. Because you were too stupid to not read a contract you signed. You should have known better than that. And now you have to face the consequences.
But I didn't know that things were going to go like this. I would have never agreed to anything if I knew this was going to happen. I would have never kicked you out I would have never moved in. I would have never done any of this.
And what do you want me to do about it now? The documents are signed and everything is official. That's that. There's no going back. There's no changing anything. You've made your bed and now you have to lie in it.
But my husband and I have debt of our own. And a lot of it. There's no way that we could ever afford this place and make payments on it. We're already struggling to make ends meet. And now we have this huge burden on us?
Ah, so that's what all of this is about. I had a sneaking suspicion that you might have owed money and that was what this was about. I guess that explains why you were so desperate to move in with your parents and why you were so greedy to take our condo.
You mean you know this whole time that we were also in financial trouble? You knew that we had debt and that we couldn't pay it off?
Well, I did think it was weird that you two don't own a home at all, and that you were so eager to move in with your parents when you thought they were paying rent. It was just a guess of mine, but now I know that it's true. And I'm glad that I was right, because it serves you right for what you did to us.
But I still don't know what I should do. How do I get out of this mess now? How do I fix the situation?
Well, one thing you could do is to look through the copies of the documents that I sent you. I think you'll see that if you fail to pay the rent, they will make a payment plan using your salary and take up half of it while keeping a running tab for you that you'll have to pay at the end of the year. And trust me, you don't want to default on that, because they will come after you with everything they have.
But how much do I owe the building already? How much do I have to pay them every month?
Well, given that you two are technically new entrants, you have to pay the entry fee plus the space, of course. I think you're looking at around $10,000, and that's just for the first month. After that, you'll have to pay the regular rent, which is about $5,000 a month.
$10,000? Are you kidding me? I don't have that kind of money. I don't even have $1,000. How am I supposed to pay that?
Well, you better come up with it soon, or else your debt is only going to go up. Oh, and by the way, the building does add interest onto the running tab that they'll keep for you. Anyways, have a nice little life. I'm going to block you after this, and then Patrick and I are never going to have to worry about you or your parents ever again.
Wait, you're going to block me? You can't do that. Please, you have to help me. You can't just leave.
I didn't block Emily for a while after that, just to see what kind of messages she would send me. She kept begging for help and for me to give her Patrick and I's new address, as if I would ever do that. I was never ever going to do that, after what she did to me and my brother. It was long afterwards that I finally blocked her because I couldn't stand her anymore. I heard from some old neighbors in the building that loud fights could be heard from our old unit, and that by the end of the month, they saw Emily and her family packing up their boxes and moving out of the condo, looking miserable and defeated. I have no idea where they all are now, or what they're going to do about their debt, which must be huge by now. But quite frankly, I don't really care. They deserve whatever they get.